Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. It is game day. It's homecoming. Tennessee versus Connecticut. Most of you guys already know. Man, this is a special one for me. Taking my daughter to her first ever game inside of Neyland Stadium. I'm excited. I know it's a glorified scrimmage. Tennessee favored by 35. But, man, there's something about that first time in Neyland Stadium. Letting her see the Vol Walk, watching the band march in, seeing the Vol Navy, getting into the stadium early and seeing the Tennessee walking horse, all the sights, the sounds, man, the smells of Neyland Stadium on game day. I can't wait to experience that with her just a little bit later today. But this thing is a glorified scrimmage. Tennessee is favored by 35 points. What do they need to do in this game coming up? We're going to talk about it. But, man, you got to be pretty excited with where this football program is at right now. Year 3 of the Josh Heupel era. We got 6 wins heading into November. Just the second time since Phil Fulmer was the head coach at Tennessee, the Vols roll into November with 6 wins. Oh, by the way, the other one was Josh Heupel last year. You know, you look at Lane Kiffin, Derek Dooley, Butch Jones, Jeremy Pruitt, all the lows of this football program. And now Josh Heupel, what he's been able to do in just 3 years is impressive, man. All those coaches I just rattled off, 10-35 was their record in October. Josh Heupel sits at 8-3, bowl eligible for the third straight season for the first time since 2014 through 2016. Man, this football program, look, we were talking about it, it's going to be a 5, 6, 7-year rebuild. Look at where the roster was, all the guys that transferred out, all the guys that left, what Josh Heupel was left with. And he could have come in and said what Jeremy Pruitt said. We don't have the talent here to succeed, but don't worry, we're going to go recruit it. But what did Josh Heupel say? Josh Heupel said, what do you need from me? What do you need from me as a head coach? He immediately became a servant. He knows how to lead. He led this football team, and look where we're at going into year 3. And we got some special things coming up in 2024, 2025. What this coaching staff has done on the recruiting trail has been impressive just 3 years into this Josh Heupel tenure at Tennessee. But let's talk about Tennessee versus Connecticut. Homecoming kickoff at 12 o'clock today. Going to be a fun atmosphere inside of Neyland Stadium. What does Tennessee need to do to take care of business? Well, first, hit that thumbs up. That's going to help this channel. I would appreciate it. And if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't talk at you here. We talk with you. We're building a community of Tennessee fans for the fans, by the fans. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. We typically do a post-game show after every game, but not this week. I made a sacrifice for my family, and I'm looking forward to it. I think I made the right decision, but we'll be right back here tomorrow. Sunday morning, we'll drop a day after video, bright and early, recapping this game. And then tomorrow night live, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we'll do the fan call-in show. But let's talk about Tennessee versus Connecticut coming up a little bit later today. Again, you can see there, Tennessee, now the line is up to 36. Look, Connecticut is not a good football team. They're 1-7 on the year, and a lot of people, they want to throw this storyline out there that, well, 5 of Connecticut's 7 losses, they were in one-possession games. Boogie, they were in one-possession games, so, this football team, they're playing a little closer than some people would think. They also have not played anybody. They lost to NC State, Georgia State, FIU. They got blown out by Duke, lost to Utah State. They lost to Alex Golesh in South Florida. They lost to Boston College. They're just not a very good football team. Tennessee, the focus on this game is Tennessee. Tennessee just needs to go beat Tennessee, go out and take care of business early. And I think the way that they're going to do that is just go out and win the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Tennessee is going to have an advantage on that defensive line. They're going to have an advantage on the offensive line. And I think it all starts in the trenches, but more specifically running the football for Tennessee. Go out and be who you are. Run the football, run physically, run violently, run it down their throats. They are not very good at stopping the run. They are 97th in the country at stopping the run, giving up 167 yards per game on the ground. And again, that's with a pretty weak schedule. Tennessee, on the flip side, just so happens to lead the SEC in rushing. So I think the matchup sets up perfectly to run the football, run it early, run it often, get a big lead, and then get some of those young guys in there. But when you look at what Connecticut has done against the running game, they gave up 209 yards to NC State, 250 yards to Georgia State. The last couple of weeks, 260 to Alex Golesh in South Florida, 246 to Boston College. So I think Jalen Wright, I think Jabari Small, I think Dylan Sampson, I think they're going to go out there and have a field day, but I also want to see some of those young guys. I want to see Cam Seldon get some run. I want to see Cam Seldon early, man. That's the thing, is that you need to come out and you need to take over this game early. We had some opportunities earlier in this season, whether that be Virginia, whether it be Austin Peay, whether it be UTSA, where Tennessee didn't really take advantage of getting those valuable in-game reps. And we had a great morning live stream yesterday. If you missed it, you're looking for something to watch before kickoff, go back and watch that morning stream. And if you ever question, why do you need valuable in-game reps? Coach Jay did a great job breaking down why it's so important to get that live action for some of these young freshmen. And that's why, I want to see Cam Seldon out there running the football. I want to see him out there early, making plays, making an impact. Obviously, we all want to see what Nico can do. We want to see Nico out there running the offense. When we've seen him in limited action versus Virginia, versus UTSA, didn't really have the time, didn't really have the opportunity to go out there and run the offense. I want to see him run the offense. I don't want to see him go out there and hand the football off. See what he looks like going up-tempo. See what he looks like slinging the rock, running that full offense. A lot of the media has talked this week about wanting to see some of these young guys like Nico, some of the young offensive linemen, Addison Nichols, Vyson Lang. See a guy like Ethan Davis out there at tight end, Cam Seldon at running back, maybe Nathan Laycock at wide receiver. You want to see some of these young guys kind of blended in with the ones. That's been the narrative. Let Nico go out there and run some series with the ones. Will that happen? I don't think so. I don't think that that's something that Josh Heupel is going to do. I think it's something that I wish he would do. I think it would be valuable. You send Nico out there with the twos and he's running for his life the whole time. You don't really get to see what he looks like in this football game. Something else I want to see this afternoon inside of Neyland Stadium, I want to see Tennessee get home. You got to get home on that defensive line of scrimmage. Sixth in the country with 29 sacks on the year. You're averaging 3.62 sacks per game. Last week against Kentucky, you didn't get home. And we all saw Josh Heupel's frustration after the game. Went silent. They asked why his defensive line didn't get home. He just pulled the old, I'm going to stare at the screen until I feel like it's been a sufficient amount of time. Then I'm going to say next question. Because they were getting held every single down. You still got to get home. You got to get home. Omar Norman-Lott had a sack. They had 4 tackles for loss last week against Kentucky. You're going to have a big advantage against Connecticut on Saturday in the trenches, and I want to see Tennessee get home. And then I just want to see some of the young guys, man. I think that's the narrative. I think that's the story. Tennessee, big-time favorite. We didn't see it against Austin Peay. We didn't see it against UTSA. I want to see some of those young corners. Can we see some Christian Conyer? Now, I know Ricky Gibson is in concussion protocol right now, so can we see some Jordan Matthews? Look, we've already seen the young linebackers, and it sounds like Arian Carter is banged up, so we're going to get a whole lot of Aaron Beasley, but we've seen the young guys, man. We've seen Jeremiah T-Lander. We've seen Elijah Herring. We've seen what those young linebackers can do. Give me some of the young guys in the secondary. I want to see some more David Hobbs on that defensive line. I want to hear from you guys. What young players do you want to see on Saturday other than Nico? I know everybody wants to see Nico. I want to see Nico. Who do you want to see this afternoon in Neyland Stadium? Some of those young freshmen out there making plays. But again, you got to be happy with where this football team is at right now. I think this game is coming at the right time. I think it's giving you a break from the gauntlet of SEC play. You got Georgia and Missouri playing each other this afternoon. And then, look, you got to go on the road and play Missouri. And then Georgia's coming to Neyland Stadium. But I think this gives you a break to get right, get healthy, and kind of go into that final gauntlet of SEC games ready to finish out this season. Missouri, Georgia, they're both coming through a gauntlet of SEC play heading into the games with Tennessee. So I think it sets up nicely for the Vols moving forward. Got 4 games to go, man. They're sitting right there to win 8, 9 ball games, possibly 10. I think we're right at 9-3. But you just look at the improvements with this football team, finding ways to win, whether you're leaning on your offense, whether you're leaning on your defense, whether you're leaning on special teams. I feel like we're kind of in cruise control just watching this season disappear because last year was so special and everybody's looking ahead to the Nico era. But this football team has an opportunity to finish out this thing strong. What are your final score predictions as Tennessee kicks off here in just a few hours against Connecticut for homecoming? Give me your final score predictions. Also, I want to let you guys let me know what young guys you want to see. As always, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up on the way out the door and go check out the merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/talkinballs. Any and all sport Greatly appreciated. As always, shout out to the members of the channel. You guys pay the light bill around here. You like the content, the videos, the live streams, the community aspect, whatever it is you like about this channel, you want to support what we are doing, hit that join button down below. For as little as $1 a month, you get a Power T beside your name, custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows. We try to highlight your comments on the post-game shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits, but more than anything, you're just supporting this channel and giving me the opportunity to bring you guys as much content as possible. And for that, I am grateful. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.